It's been moved by Councillor Wash. Do we have a seconder? Seconded by Councillor Chartrand. Question.
Donc, dans notre stratégie, on a identifié 3 piliers, donc le leadership, le soutien aux opérateurs et le marketing. En leadership, on a accompli 6 qui sont récurrents, puis 6 actions qui sont concrètes. Donc, entre autres, on a fait plusieurs sondages. On a fait de l'aide financière avec le marketing et les festivals. We collected occupancy rates from all of our different accommodation operators. We had our first annual tourism forum last year. We had our second one as well. On a identifié aussi toutes les priorités qu'il y avait au Restigouche au niveau du territoire. On the support of the operator's side, so we make sure that we collaborate with them. We try to find out what are their needs. We kind of bridge the gap between different financing, whether it's with Tourism New Brunswick or different government agencies, ACOA, any type of funding or any type of information that they would need in order to prosper. Développement, on a fait aussi un petit toolkit pour les opérateurs, ça fait qu'à savoir, tu sais, les choses de base qu'ils ont besoin de savoir dans les médias sociaux, comment nous taguer, comment améliorer leur reach et tout ça. Et au niveau de marketing, c'est certain que marketing, c'est une grande partie de qu'est-ce qu'on fait. Donc, on a créé un nouveau site web, Tourisme Restigouche, dans lequel tous nos opérateurs sont publiés gratuitement. So there's a big list of things to do. We have an events form, so people that are doing tourism events can have it showcased on our website. We go to different trade shows. We had the privilege of having one of the Heron Bay staff to come with us to promote tourism on a interprovincial level and a national level as well. On a des dépliants d'hiver, on a aussi un beau guide touristique que chaque conseiller a reçu. Ça a été distribué, on a imprimé 5000, ça a été distribué dans toutes les différents centres d'information touristique, dans nos opérateurs, dans nos salons, etc. Puis tout se trouve aussi sur le site web. When we talk about trade shows, so just last year alone, we did 4 different trade shows. So we did 2 for the summer season, which we do in the spring. So we went to the Ottawa RV show and the Montreal RV show. And we do 2 in the fall for the winter season because we know that snowmobiling is a big draw here in northern New Brunswick. Donc, on a fait le Salon de motoneige de Québec et le Salon de motoneige de Toronto. Quand on parle de gros événements qu'il y a eu dans le Restigouche dans les dernières années, on ne peut pas passer à côté de Crankworks. Crankworks était dans la première édition l'an dernier. Et comme vous voyez, quand on parle d'impact économique direct et indirect pour un total de 2,4 millions. Il y a eu passé 15 000 personnes qui ont assisté au festival pendant les 3 jours. Juste à l'activation, dans la photo que vous voyez là, il y avait passé 3 000 personnes. Puis, je peux dire que les hébergements dans tout le Restigouche cette fin de semaine-là étaient vraiment complets. Je pense qu'il y avait peut-être 2-3 petites disponibilités, mais c'était très rare. So events like that draw a big crowd and have a large economic impact and spin-off for our operators. So we need to continue to work on attracting them and keeping them. I'm proud to say that Crankworks is coming back in 2025. We had secured a 2-year deal. It will be the weekend of the August 22nd to the 24th. And we're hoping to, be able to secure a couple more years down the road. Ça, c'est juste un exemple de notre site web. Fait que, essentiellement, touristrestigouche.ca. Vous avez toutes les informations, différents liens. On fait tous les hébergements, les restaurations, qu'est-ce qu'il y a à faire, les festivals. Il y a une map aussi, une map interactive. Ça fait que, il y a vraiment toute l'information. On essaie d'être le premier point de contact pour nos visiteurs afin de planifier un séjour chez nous. A while ago, I talked about, different festivals or events that have a tourism spin on it are able to submit a festival or event on our website. That's the link. It's a super quick form that you find at the bottom of the event section. We analyze it, we take all the data, and then we publish it as well. So I invite anyone, if you have a different event that's going on that's tourism related, we'll definitely pass it on. If your event does not fit the tourism criteria, my colleague at our office, which in economic development and community development, if it doesn't fit in my category, it definitely fits in hers. Donc, elle le partage sur sa page Vive pleinement Restigouche. Quand on parle d'hébergement, un des gros accomplissements, puis excusez-moi, là, on voit peut-être pas tout bien les chiffres. La photo là est un petit peu plus foncée que la photo sur mon écran. Un des gros accomplissements, c'est qu'en 2024, on a travaillé très fort avec nos opérateurs touristiques pour recevoir les taux d'occupation à tous les mois. Fait qu'on a confirmé avec les opérateurs, regarde, on ne va jamais divulguer vos chiffres individuellement, but the goal was to be able to calculate, okay, for January, what was the occupation rate in Restigouche? In February, what was the occupation rate? So that allowed us to build a database because we didn't really have anything prior to that. So we finished the year with 44%. So now, this is where we're going to be able to measure for 2025, how do we increase tourism, right? So, si vous voyez, puis là, je vais expliquer brièvement, là, on voit de 2023, c'était 47 puis ça a diminué à 44 C'est parce qu'on a aussi les Airbnb qui jouent en fait. Puis les Airbnb, ou considérés des short-term rentals, ne tombent pas dans ces chiffres-là. Ils ne sont pas législés, on n'a pas les chiffres de ça. Mais d'une autre base de données, on a les chiffres qui disent que les taux d'occupation de les Airbnb ont augmenté de 2023 à 2024 de 52 Ça fait qu'il y a eu un petit déclin au niveau de hébergement traditionnel, comme on pourrait dire, mais il y a eu une augmentation de 50 dans tout le domaine de Airbnb et short-term rental.
As-tu les campings là-dedans?
Les campings sont dans nos chiffres à nous, oui, parce qu'ils sont législés. Okay. Tant que c'est un camping de location et pas un camping privé qui est saisonnier. Donc, comme vous pouvez voir, j'ai le breakdown à tous les mois de qu'est-ce qui est les taux d'occupation. Puis c'est vraiment de baser là-dessus qu'on va se fier sur qu'est-ce qu'on va avoir pour 2025 et comment est-ce qu'on va mesurer le succès. Notez bien que le 44 c'est les chiffres du ministère et le 45 c'est les chiffres que les gens rapportent à moi. I think I'm very fortunate because currently I have 10 different accommodations that are reporting to me. It's a little bit less that are reporting to the province. Now, this is mandatory. However, there's no policing in effect, so I'm not the police neither. If they want to share with me, we definitely appreciate it. It builds statistics, in other words. Ça, c'est juste différentes publicités qu'on a fait à travers de nos campagnes, soit d'été, d'automne, dans différents marchés. Donc, comme vous voulez voir, on a été dans Edible Maritime, on a été dans Canada Travel Magazine. On a aussi été dans le magazine Sentier Chasse et Pêche. On a fait des publications dans l'Acadie Nouvelle. On a été sur une grosse billboard digitale à Toronto, near the Pearson Airport. This is the winter campaign that was done last year. These are 2 videos. I didn't put them because they're very lengthy, but gives you an idea of showcasing 2 different elements. So in winter here in Restigouche, it's very different. We have one world where it's snowmobiling, and that's a completely different world. And then we have another where it's really outdoor activities and more family-oriented. So we have 2 niche markets, and we make sure to market to both of them. When we go to trade shows in Montreal, we also do what we call geofencing. So that's basically taking a kilometer radius around where we at the show. And everyone that logs onto their phone on Facebook while they're walking or close by the show, they'll get our ads, our paid ads, so that we make sure that they know and see us à répétition. La campagne d'été 2024, comme vous voyez, la beauté du lâcher-prise, c'est vraiment... notre slogan, The Beauty of Disconnecting, and it speaks to all the different things that we offer, whether it's, plan your outdoor adventure, connect through art, or explore our region. Fait qu'encore une fois, d'autres différents. Campagne d'automne, comme vous pouvez voir, là, c'était vraiment misé sur, voir les couleurs, faire de la détente, un beau souper sur le bord de l'eau. Fait que on essaie vraiment d'aller chercher les thématiques selon nos voyageurs qu'on reçoit. And those were the 2 different brochures that we made for the winter season with all the different Facebook ads. Travel media. So, on a souvent des médias qui viennent, soit que c'est des médias qui ont été embauchés par le ministère de Tourisme pour faire différentes choses. Fait qu'au Mont-Carleton, on a eu déjà 3 différents médias, un avec Canadian Geographic. On a eu Martin Auric qui a fait une session sur le VTT. Il y a eu une émission de 30 minutes qui a passé sur ça. Sentier Chasse et Pêche, they've come twice already. We've done one in June for hunting, bear hunting, and then we did one in the fall for moose hunting. The new Fly Fisher guy came in July at the Glen Eden Lodge, and they did a 45-minute show on that. C'est ça, Chantier Chasse et Pêche aussi. And that was as fast as I could do it, just a little bit on what we do. Il y a des grosses choses qui se passent au Restigouche. Quand on parle de 2025, on a encore Crankworks, on a les salles Barbes qui viennent sur la plage à Charlot, on a le congrès mondial des plus belles buées du monde qui s'en vient. L'année prochaine, la ville de Camonton accueille les Éloises. Et on a le congrès mondial acadien en 2029. Fait qu'il y a beaucoup de choses qui se passent en même temps. On est super fiers de ça, puis on veut juste continuer de grandir. Puis ça prend le support de tout le monde, tous les conseils municipaux, tous les citoyens. C'est un travail d'équipe. On travaille vraiment en collaboration ensemble, and we need to continue to work moving forward because we do have a beautiful area, and we need to promote it more. And people are telling us that they're coming, so now we got to make sure. Now we're in our high season. We need to make sure that we're welcoming and we can.
I want to thank you for your work because it's so helpful for the volunteer that they need information, they need statistics, they can call you, you have good contact also. And another great thing is you try to not have duplicated big event, like example Salbab and Crankwork, make sure it's not the same weekend. That's very, I think it's very good. Any more questions from the council?
Not a question, but the website's excellent.
Thank you.
Yeah, and the interactive map, like I look at a lot of websites just for travel and things, just for my family, and like this is very, very user friendly, really, really well done. So I don't know who your web designer is, but it's very very, very good.
Thank you. We appreciate it. And thank you. Yes, we work hard at making sure we're a small region. We make sure that we try not to duplicate or have competition. So if you have an event, you're not sure of dates, you don't know what to do, please give us a call first. We'll keep everything confidential until it's official, but we just want to make sure that we're not, stepping on everyone's toes and everyone can maximize and benefit.
Yes.
Merci.
Any more question from the council? You're okay? Merci beaucoup.
Merci.
Si tu peux les garder pour la fin de la réunion. Oui, vas-tu rester un peu? Ah, ben ok, je vais accepter une question parce qu'elle s'en va.
Sinon, vous pouvez toujours me contacter, je peux vous laisser ma carte d'affaires. Là.
I'm going to ask the question. Tourism is a vital part of Restigouche identity and economy, drawing visitors from across Canada, as you indicated earlier, and beyond to experience our pristine natural landscape, clean air, rich Mi'kmaq heritage, outdoor adventures, and small-time calm charm. However, the proposed development of a coastline mine in the region raises serious concern that could jeopardize the sector, particularly due to potential health risks associated with destination. Is Tourism Restigouche raising these concerns with the town of...
I'm sorry, you can
Unfortunately, I cannot comment on that.
keep your question for the meeting, please.
La Valley. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup, Marilyn. Okay, now we'll ask the Charlotte Fire Department. They want to explain us the program they did with all the smoke detector program. J'aimerais inviter Gino pour parler du programme des détecteurs de fumée qui ont été installés dans plusieurs des maisons de notre région.
Your Worship, Deputy Worship, Councillors, Monsieur Député maire, conseillers, conseillères. Mon nom c'est Gino Bellué. I'm the Fire Prevention Officer for Charlotte Fire Department and also the Regional Coordinator for Heron Bay campaign, the smoke alarm campaign. Last fall, the Office of the Fire Marshal launched a smoke alarm campaign. L'automne dernier, le Bureau du Prévôt des incendies ont lancé une campagne sur les détecteurs de fumée. A letter to the citizens of Heron Bay, Dalhousie, and Charlotte sectors was drafted advising the residents of the campaign, and it was also posted on Facebook. The collection of the names was done through the town hall reception and the office of the fire marshal. Une lettre aux citoyens de BD-Héron, secteur Dalhousie et Charlot, a été faite en novembre 24 et distribuée par la malle et ainsi que sur Facebook pour aviser les citoyens de la campagne. La collecte des noms des gens qui étaient intéressés a été faite à travers la réception à la salle ici, à la réception en bas, ainsi qu'au bureau du prévôt des incendies. Delivery and installation of the detectors was done in February and March. A total of 102 homes in the Dalhousie sector and 93 homes in the Charlotte sector were visited, where 276 units were distributed in the Dalhousie sector and 209 units for the Charlotte sector, for a total of 485 units for the town of Huron Bay. Un total de 102 maisons pour le secteur Dalhousie et 93 maisons pour le secteur Charlot ont été visitées. 276 unités pour Dalhousie et 209 unités pour Charlot ont été distribuées pour un total de 485 unités pour la ville de BD-Héron. We terminated our campaign in May due to the unavailability of the alarms. The campaign went so well and the reception of people that the province ran out. Okay. La campagne a terminé au mois de mai. Elle était censée durer jusqu'au mois d'octobre, mais ça a été vraiment fort, puis la province a manqué des détecteurs. The campaign was a great success. A lot of homes visited had outdated alarms. Some homes had no alarms at all in this day and age. It's hard to believe. But we were able to discuss the importance of the smoke detectors, along with some fire safety and some fire prevention with the citizens, which they were very receptive. La campagne fut un grand succès. On a découvert en visitant les maisons qu'il y a beaucoup de maisons qui avaient des détecteurs d'alarme qui étaient passés date. Il y avait des maisons qui n'en avaient même pas. C'est dur à comprendre au jour d'aujourd'hui, mais... Puis on a été capable de discuter de l'importance de la sécurité et de la prévention des incendies à la maison. En terminant, j'aimerais faire un gros merci à Sophie puis le staff en bas pour avoir collecté les noms. Puis un gros merci au bureau du prévôt des incendies pour avoir parrainé la campagne. A big thank you to Sophie and the staff for collecting the names, and also to the Fire Marshal's office for sponsoring this campaign. Le coût approximatif de la campagne, the estimated cost of the campaign, we estimated that at $40 a unit, was $19,620. $19,620. C'est bon. La dernière ligne, c'est si une vie peut être sauvée à cause de cette campagne ou une propriété d'un citoyen, l'effort a été bien mérité. If one life is saved or the property of a residence is saved, the effort was well worth it. That's it. Merci.
Merci beaucoup, Gino. Merci, Mike, also here with Gino. Yeah, with that program, there's a lot more houses that are in security. On a beaucoup plus de maisons qui sont sécuritaires aujourd'hui grâce à vous autres, les gars. Merci beaucoup. Any question from the floor, yeah?
I just want to say thank you so much on behalf of a few citizens that were in the Charlotte area that approached me regarding about smoke detectors, and I informed them of the program. And they got in touch with you, and I did a little follow-up with them later on. They said yes, they came in, they were very professional, they came in, they took all my smoke detectors out and came out. So on behalf of the residents that contacted me, thank you very much.
Welcome.
And I thank the acting fire chief for helping out on the crew. Thank you.
We have a great team.
D'autres questions de conseil? Any question? Okay, thank you, Gino. Thanks, Mike. Okay, we'll move on to a statement from member of council, exposé des membres du conseil. We did some draw for some school bursary, des bourses d'études. There's 2 for the English school and 2 for the French school. So I'll ask Councillor Pelletier to mention the name that was drawn for the English school.
Yes, absolutely. So for DRHS, we have, would you like me to share the amount as well?
Yes.
Okay, so a $500 bursary will be going to Amy Lee and Tamika Gideon at DRHS. And another $500 bursary will be going to Marissa Driscoll and Abigail Matchett of AQV. So in total, there's 4 winners, 2 from AQV and 2 from Dalhousie. So a big congratulations to, I guess, the 4 ladies, all ladies this time. So big congratulations to them.
Thank you, Councillor Pelletier. You want to say something, Councillor
I
Walsh?
certainly do. This year, our famous lighthouse will be celebrating 155 years. So we are going to be putting on a ceremony in conjunction with Bonami. It'll be on July 23rd from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. It'll be at the Archibald Room at the Regioplex in Dalhousie. We have committee which compromises Councillor Lisa Pelletier, Councillor Jean-Robert Hashi, and historian Susan Blaquière, and myself, Lee Walsh. We will be putting out information on our town website and Facebook and in the newspapers in the near future. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Walsh. You said July 23rd?
July 23rd.
Okay, thank you.
Ouais.
Ken, you want to say something?
Yeah, I just want to bring to attention a couple things that have happened just in the last few weeks. Some pretty interesting items. First of all, as you may have seen, we had a new hotel that was opened up. There was a grand opening there that took place on June the 13th. Deputy Mayor Denny and myself attended. And I want to thank Melissa and Michael Savoy for doing an amazing job. If anybody gets a chance to go and take a look at it, I see a few people in the crowd actually were there at the same time. Place is absolutely stunning. And my wife has already convinced me that we're going to book a room, so hopefully everybody else will get one. So I want to send a big thank you out to Melissa and Michael Savoy for one. And two, a couple days ago, there was an announcement that took place in the Archibald Room regarding Restigouche Volleyball. There was a presentation that took place. It's a new program that's being created by Mark Bylaw. It's an amazing program. He's got the condition, the setup that he's got, everything he's got ready. It's from children, all the way from kids, all the way up to competitive adults. So it was a great day. He presented out. He's going to be presenting a lot more information over the next couple weeks. But I want to say thank you, Mark, for doing an amazing job on Restigouche Volleyball. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Chardonnay. Any more statement from Council? No? Okay, so we'll move on to a report and a recommendation from committees and private meeting. Rapport et recommandations des comités et réunions à huis clos. We'll start with Protective Service Committee, le comité des services de protection. Councillor Pelletier.
Okay, so protective services. There's been a lot going on. I'll just talk first about the Dalhousie sector. So a lot of fire practices, some different purchases that were made. But one thing I wanted to focus on in the report is a lot of the training that has been taking place. So I always like to see that because both crews, Dalhousie and Charlotte, are definitely very well trained, and that's definitely what you want when we have a crisis or an emergency. So just for an example here for the Charlotte department, there was 2 firefighters completing their first response course, 4 firefighters completing their Auto X course. I kind of looked into that a little bit. I think that's it's about
Getting people out.
yeah,
out of the
if
car.
there's someone trapped in a vehicle, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I got out of that. 2 more firefighters completing their fire instructor course, 3 firefighters taking their officer course. So there's lots of training going on in both departments. So that's always great. Another intensive training happening with 9 other firefighters at a mobile burn unit. So we can definitely safely say that our crews, both for Dalhousie and Charlotte, are very well trained. I was going to speak on the fire alarm campaign, but you did an amazing job, so I'll leave it at that. And I guess I will say personally, too, that the Dalhousie crew came to my home and got us all set up. So, and I learned a few things. I guess one of our alarms was should have been replaced quite some time ago. So I appreciated that, and it was definitely a really, really great program. I've heard a lot of good things. People were very appreciative, so thanks again. That's about it for the protective services. For SPCA, the same, lots of work happening. They're very busy. No big major issues going on. Just more of the day-to-day things that I'm sure you guys have read in the file. That's about it. Does anyone have any questions?
If I can add, I assist with the blessing of the truck in Charlotte, Pumper number 1. I think Councillor Chartrand and Wash and Haché was there too. It was special, and I want to thank the Deputy Chief Mike. Did a good job with that, and we can see that you're very proud of your equipment and you're going to keep it in good condition. So merci beaucoup pour votre beau travail.
Oh, I should also add too, if you don't mind, Deputy Mayor, the Dalhousie Fire Department, I'd like to give them a big thank you. They volunteered their time for the grade 8 trip car wash.
Yes.
And I mean, this was on a Sunday afternoon. You know, they could have been home with their families, but the fire chief and one other officer, I can't quite remember his name right now, so I apologize to that officer, but they volunteered their time and they raised, I believe it was a little over $1,600. So it was a big help for the trip. It was basically what they needed. That was their goal of what else they needed to raise. So a huge thank you to the fire chief and the officer that helped out that day.
Thank you. Any more questions for Lisa? No? Okay. If no, I will need a motion.
Yes, so I move to accept the Protective Services monthly report.
It's been moved by Councillor Pelletier. Do we have a seconder? Seconded by Councillor Haché. Question? Everyone in favor say aye.
Aye.
Against nay. Motion is carried. Public Work, Councillor Chartrand.
There's two sections in the monthly report for the public works. There's the Charlotte and the Dalhousie section. I'm going to start with the Dalhousie sector. In the transportation department, they patched potholes, they picked up loose pavement and sod around the town. They paved various water cuts, swept the streets, installed garbage cans and benches in the downtown area, picked up branches and leaves, and they did a general spring cleanup. And they installed the jurisdiction signs throughout the various locations in the area. The utility department performed checks at the water treatment plant and the wastewater stations, fixed the sanitary in the Tremblay Street with collapsed, fixed catch basins on Queen Street, turned water on at the Inch-Erin campground, turned water on the public washrooms at the Inch-Erin, turned water on at the dog park and pickle court and the boat ramp, turned on the water at the Rotary Park fountain, did various locations, did various work on their equipment throughout the month, fixed a sanitary on Wallace Street, shut off services on George, cleaned the water main on Wallace, cleaned a water main on Victoria, and cleaned screens at the turbine. The Charlotte section was again patch potholes. Did some street sweeping again. The tractor with the bush cleaned up the parking lot at the beach. Did a great deal of beach cleanup in the Charlotte area. We issued a job to a corporation to remove the berm that's between the parking lot at the beach, and I'll explain that in a minute. Installed garbage cans, installed jurisdiction signs again out in the Charlotte area and out down the LSD areas. Standard grass cutting, and installed and issued a purchase order, fence expert to fix the broken rail that has been in Charlotte just beside the lower Charlotte Bridge. That's been broken for a long time. Water and wastewater performed checks, did monthly maintenance, did some hydro flushing, sanitary. They flushed out some sanitary dead leads, unplugged some sanitary at the campground, and fixed some sanitary at the campground. Fleet maintenance report is very long, but generally it sounds to me like, looks to me like our maintenance crew at the yard has been extremely busy, and there is a lot of little small maintenance changes, but overall, I can sit here, but we'll be here to next Thursday for I finish this report, so I'm not going to go down it. So, Other than that, the berm that was removed that I brought to your attention was, if you go down to the Charlotte Beach, there was a berm that was located halfway in the parking lot, heading towards out of Charlotte, and we removed it completely and relocated the berm onto the beach side and extended the berm. So now that parking lot is one big parking lot and not just a half and then separated by a berm. The reason being that was put in place is because now it's going to be much easier for our Salabar concert that's going to be coming up. So there'll be much more room for people to stand, and they won't be crowded, because that basically took up almost a third of the parking lot. So it's gone. I did a great job. It's being hydro-seeded right now, if I believe, Deputy Mayor?
Yep.
There. And so it's going to look really good. We have talked through staff last week, and there's going to be a lot of little minor touch-ups down at the Charlotte Beach, painting, flags are going to be put up, equipment's going to be put out, furniture's going to be put out. We're going to dress it all up, so when we have that concert, our town is going to put on a really good show. It's very important that we show the people in New Brunswick and Quebec that we're more than capable of doing a great job here. So I commend the staff, the public works staff. They've done a great job preparing this for this event, and I look forward to seeing the final product, which should be very soon. That's my report.
Thank you, Councillor Chartrand. Est-ce qu'il y a des questions? Question? So we need a motion.
Motion that this report be filed.
It's moved by Councillor Chartrand. Do we have a seconder? Est-ce qu'on a un secondeur?
I'll second it.
Second by Councillor Wash. Question? Everybody in favor say aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion is carried. We're moving on to comité de parcs et loisirs avec le conseiller Jean-Robert Lachey.
Oui, il y a beaucoup d'activités qui se fait au parc in Sharon. There's a lot of activities going on there, especially for beautifying the place. Le parc a ouvert officiellement le 30 mai. En collaboration avec l'école au Cotravant, du département de l'atelier, you can see there are 4 tables around trees, like 4 trees have tables to sit around there. And les 4 bancs sont autour de 4 arbres, puis ça fait beau, ça
Oui,
fait
very nice.
and there are also a lot of cleanup of brushes and put more, let's say, more grass space. Il va y avoir plus de gazon. Ça va embellir le tout, là. C'était rendu que c'était un petit peu délabré, là. The project also for planting fruits and vegetables along the street there, that's coming on pretty soon there. It's going to be done pretty soon. Ça va être fait sous peu. Le projet pour connecter la bâtisse du milieu, la bâtisse du milieu avec la bâtisse principale, that work is really progressing rapidly. We were planning on having on the June the 16th this week, but I think it's going to go to next week there because of course, construction, not problems, but delays. So ça va être pour mettre, là on va avoir le Tasty Freeze, the camping office, the tourism, and it's going to be installed at the end of this
It's going to be all connected.
It'll be all connected, yeah. So it's going to benefit the hub. Ça va être bien pour le hub, et ça va être bien pour aussi pour la question de la vente de notre crème glacée. The Inchurn Ice Palace is of course closed for the season, mais je veux vous dire que the walking track is open to the public. So ceux qui veulent marcher à l'aréna, c'est ouvert pour quand même pour les gens qui veulent marcher. Que c'est d'autre qu'on pourrait dire? All the regular maintenance of parking, we're doing really good upkeep of all the grounds. The baseball has started, but one thing that I should mention is that we are excited to host the 18 new provincials from August 15th to August the 17th. Ça, c'est en même temps que les salles barbes, là. So, il va y avoir du monde dans le bout parce que si on a les tournois de moins de 18, en plus, ça veut dire que ça va être occupé pas mal dans le coin. The Recoplex is going well. Preparations are underway for an update of the Charlotte Beach volleyball courts. Okay, details are going to be discussed to finalize this project. Alors, on projette de faire 2 terrains professionnels, si on veut, pour le ballon volant à la plage de Charlot. On n'a pas encore finalisé les discussions là-dessus. C'est à peu près ça. That's it.
Merci beaucoup, conseiller Haché. Questions? Avez-vous des questions pour Jean-Robert? Any questions? If not, I will need a motion. Proposé par le conseiller Haché d'accepter le rapport pour Parc et Récréation. Do we have a second? Lisa, second by Lisa Pelletier. Question? Everybody in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, nay. It's carried. Now, Personal and Bylaw Committee, Councillor Pelletier.
There's not much new to report this time along. However, just that there's the 2 properties on Queen Street and 1 on Bay Breeze that are scheduled to be demolished. Otherwise, there's nothing new to report. So therefore, I recommend to accept and file the bylaw officer's monthly report.
It's been moved by Councillor Pelletier. Do we have a seconder? Second by Councillor Haché. Question? Everybody in favor say aye.
Aye.
Against nay. Carried. Okay. We move on to the Community Development and Planning Committee, le Comité de développement communautaire et d'urbanisme, Councillor Walsh.
Building report. For Heron Bay, building report, May 2025. There are 17 building permits were issued for the period of an estimated value of $1,088,800. There were 2 issued for construction of a single-family dwelling. There were 1 issued for an addition to a single-family dwelling, and 8 issued for renovation for a single-family dwelling, 1 issued for an addition to a commercial use, 2 issued for construction of a garage, 1 issued for construction of a shed, 1 issued for a location of a shed, and 1 issued to locate a fence. Les permis de construction émises pour la valeur estimée de $1,088,800. Il y avait 17 permis de construction émises pour une valeur. Il y avait 2 émises pour construction de les résidences unifamiliales. Une émise pour addition sur une résidence unifamiliale. Puis il y avait 8 émises pour rénovation sur une résidence unifamiliale. 1 remise pour usage commercial. 2 émises pour construction du garage. 1 émise pour construction de remise. Puis il y en avait 1 pour location de remise. Puis 1 pour location culture. Ça, c'est mon rapport sur la...
Merci beaucoup, Lee. Any question for Lee? If not, I will need a motion.
Oh,
Yes.
no, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Councillor Walsh, can you provide us with a detail of how long an actual building permit stays valid?
How long it stays valid?
Yes, when a person takes one out. And what's the timeline for it?
Timeline, I'd have to check.
Could you check into
Yeah,
that?
I'll check into that.
Because I've had a couple
Yeah.
of,
How long a permit will
Well,
last?
Can I?
We'll have to get the permit. Okay, go
We
ahead.
had inquired about this last year or so, and there's no time limit. And actually, I was one to propose that there should be a time limit to renew a building permit.
I
So
always
there's no
thought there
timeline.
was, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I
Now,
heard.
My question and follow-up question is the building permits that are issued by the Regional Service Commission,
Right.
is the time limits different, or are they consistent across the board for the fact that the Dalhousie, Charlotte area, or the LSD areas? Because the LSD areas are still following certain bylaws, different bylaws than
That's right.
Dalhousie or Charlotte. So my question is I'm curious about that, because I had a couple of residents ask me over the past few months about if they took a building permit out, how long will it be, or does it stay? Do we get expired? Or, so as you said, it's never ends, which is kind of
Yeah, it is a little.
never heard that before, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah,
But so could you
yeah,
do a
I'll look
follow-up
into
for us,
that,
please,
sure.
and bring that back to
Yep.
council?
Yep.
Thank you.
I'll do that.
Any more questions? D'autres questions? If not, Lee, do you propose?
I propose a motion to
So
accept.
it's moved by Councillor Wash. Do we have a seconder? Second by Councillor Chartrand. Question? Everybody in favor say aye.
Aye.
Against, nay. Motion is carried.
Yeah, it is.
Finance, Comité des finances et gouvernance générale, Councillor Jean-Robert Haché.
Oui. Now, for the financial summary ending May 31st, pour le rapport financier se terminant le 31 mai, au niveau du General Government Services, les services administratifs, on avait budgété 535 298 et on a dépensé 605 606. For the protection services, les services de protection had budgeted 816,609 and spent 872,482. Pour les transportation services, les services relatifs au transport was budgeted 1,579,591 et on a dépensé 1,637,875. The environmental health, les services d'hygiène, c'était seulement 211 791 and we spent 206,948. For community development services, the développement communautaire, we had budgeted 149,284, 149,284, et on a dépensé 143,823. For the recreation, culture and cultural services, pour les services récréatifs et culturels, we had budgeted 692,817 and spent 755,938. For the fiscal services, les services financiers, we had budgeted 53,405 and spent 52,788. For the total to the year ending May the 31st, 4,336,411 and spent 4,275,464, which is a difference in the variance pour le supplément 41,047 pour jusqu'au le 31 mai.
Any question for Councillor Haché? Question pour Monsieur Haché? If not, I will need a motion.
Je propose.
Proposé par le conseiller Jean-Robert Haché que le rapport pour les finances soit accepté. Do we have a seconder?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Councillor Wash. Question? Everybody in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against nay. Motion is carried. We're going to move on to a resolution. We had a presentation from Alan Paquette with their financial report 2024. So Lisa, I'll leave it to you. He's not done. Oh, he's not finished? Oh, you're not finished? Okay, sorry.
Just to inform you that the financial report is available on the website. So le rapport financier est disponible sur le site web. Puis 2024. Puis c'est pour le rapport financier total de l'année 2024. Veux-tu que je passe à ça? OK. Maintenant, une petite nouvelle pour informer les citoyens. Now, something here we have to inform the citizens. We are excited to share that a new interactive property tax document for residential properties only, for now, will soon be available on our website. This tool will show you both the percentage and dollar amount of your tax bill, along with which departments each portion supports. Simply enter the requested amount in the yellow highlighted box to get started. This information can be found on your property assessment. Calculations will be made automatically. This is a trial version, and we expect to make improvements along the way. So if you have suggestions, we welcome your feedback, and we'll do our best to incorporate it. Please send them to the reception email at reception@heronbay.ca. Nous sommes heureux d'annoncer qu'un nouveau document interactif sur les taxes foncières pour les propriétés résidentielles seulement pour l'instant sera bientôt disponible sur notre site web. Cet outil vous indiquera le pourcentage et le montant en dollars de votre facture de taxes, ainsi que les services auxquels chaque portion est attribuée. Il vous suffit d'entrer le montant demandé dans la case surlignée en jaune. Cette information peut être trouvée sur votre facture de taxe de propriété. Les calculs se feront automatiquement. Il s'agit d'une version d'essai et des ajustements seront apportés au fil du temps. Vos suggestions sont donc les bienvenues et nous ferons de notre mieux pour les intégrer. Prière de les envoyer au courriel de la réception à réception@bdheron.ca. Je dois dire que je pense qu'on est une des seules communautés, ou la première communauté. We're the first community to make this available to our public. So, c'est probablement la seule ville qui offre ce service-là à ses citoyens. OK. La greffière, Mme Caillouette, va faire une démonstration. De qu'est-ce que c'est?
The two highlighted numbers, les deux numéros qui sont en jaune, c'est ces deux numéros-là qu'il faut prendre. Those are the two numbers that you gotta take. The 86,600. Oh, sorry. I'm not used to this.
Là, tu l'as.
There, it's on there now.
Okay.
Tu peux l'avoir. Là.
Two people are not used to it or playing it.
Okay, so you got to take the number 86,600 for a residential here, and then you got the number 85,700, which is, the province uses this number to calculate the credit that they use. So I'm just going to put it in the table, so you put 86,600. And if you see on the side, it calculated what the invoice, or property invoice is. And when you go down, all the calculation is done, and it says like the percentage, like if you take the RCMP, it gives you the percentage of the RCMP of your property tax in a year that goes on with the amount.
Pretty cool.
And on the bottom, there's like all the different, Charlotte, Dalhousie, Point Lenim, Dallas Junction, sont tout en bas, là. Puis le document est barré. The document is locked, so technically there's only like the two yellow boxes that you can change. Il y a juste les deux boîtes en jaune, le restant du document est barré.
Merci beaucoup, Liliane, parce que je m'ai amusé un peu avec, puis c'est vraiment... on peut maintenant savoir où est-ce que tout l'argent, votre argent va, dépendamment de vos taxes. Ça donne le pourcentage, ça donne vraiment aussi le montant d'argent. Si vous voyez comme la police, c'est un gros montant, comment est-ce que le pourcentage de vos taxes vont pour payer la police, puis combien d'argent exactement vous payez la police, dépendamment de votre montant d'accession sur votre terrain. So it's very good information if you want to know where all your tax is going on your bill, property tax. You can see all the percentage and see where exactly all the money is going. So you'll see there's a lot of stuff. And I think Lillian didn't put everything because they would have been too much, but all the important stuff is there that you know where the percentage of your money of tax is going. Thank you, Lillian. You did a good job with that.
Can I ask a
Yes.
question? Can you go back to the first document, if you don't mind? So that excuse me, that document there, if someone were to have misplaced it, you can go online, right?
No, I looked and I thought it was on PAOL, but it's not there.
Okay.
It'll give you the assessment for your house,
Okay.
but it won't you the assessment, like the credit numbers.
So if someone were to have misplaced their assessment form, could they request that again? Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Je veux juste remercier Mme Liliane Caillouette. Maintenant, je veux juste souligner aussi que si vous avez des suggestions ou des commentaires, on serait content de le savoir. So if you have any comments or anything to say about this program, we'll be glad to know. Okay?
It's all going to be on our website. Yeah. It's going to be on the website, so very useful information for all the citizens. I think Councilor...
Madam Clerk, I want to thank you for doing such a wonderful job. I think the town's going to be super happy to see this. This is the first of its kind in this province. Yeah, well, at least in this area for sure. And I commend you on that work. Thank you.
Yep. Okay, Councilor Walsh, you had a report from the airport.
Yes, for air traffic for the month of May 2025 is 102 arrivals and departures. The year-to-date arrival departures are 430. The total number of air ambulances for the month of May was 19. The total number of air ambulance for New Brunswick is 17 and 2 for Quebec. The total number of air ambulance for the year is 53. New Brunswick is 44, and Quebec is 8, and 1 IWK. There were school visits in the month of May. There were 6 school visits. Salmon fishing season is officially begun. And the fishermen on May 22nd, the U.S. flights, so far a few Canadian flights. And we had one that came from France. He went fishing. Spray program. The ground crew started to work at the end of April. For the moment, it's a small team, and at the beginning of June, the arrival of 10 to 13 aircraft and crew members is scheduled. Charter workers, PAL Aerospace is still scheduled every 2 weeks with 2 flights daily. From Corona, charters fly and flyouts of 14 days, and 14 days is still on. A new charter from Cromo has started, 20 days out and 10 days in. Fuels on occasions. And that's my report for the...
Thank you, Councillor Walsh. We'll move on now to a motion and a resolution. We'll start with the Allen Paquette and Arsenault Financial Report 2024. Mr. Ashe.
I propose that the Municipal Council of the Town of Heron Bay accepts the 2024 financial report as presented by Alain Paquette and Arsenault, and that the report will be posted on the town's website as soon as possible. Je propose que le Conseil municipal de la ville de Baie-des-Hérons accepte le rapport financier 2024 tel que présenté par Alain Paquette et Arsenault et que ce rapport sera publié sur le site web de la ville dès que possible.
Proposé par la conseillère Haché. Est-ce qu'on a un appui appuyé par la conseillère Pelletier? Question? Tout le monde en faveur dit oui?
Oui.
Oui. Contre non? Adopté. Now, Restigouche and District Labor Council 2025 Labor Day Festivities Support Request. Le Conseil du travail de Restigouche et festivités de la fête du travail 2025, il demande un soutien. So, I'll go with Councillor Wash, maybe?
For the Labor Day,
Yep.
was there an amount that we,
Yeah, it's in the,
motion is right there.
it's in the motion.
okay, yeah. Give me the, because mine is out of whack. All right. That the municipal council of the town of Heron Bay accepts and requests for the support and agrees to participate in the 2025 Labor Day festivities organized by the Restigouche and District Labor Council, and further approves the financial contribution to the amount of $1,000 as the past 2 years.
So it's been moved by Councillor Wash. Do we have a seconder? Second by Councillor Haché. Question? Question? Everybody in favor say aye.
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 Against nay? Motion is carried. Moving on to Levesque and McIntyre Electric Limited, a quote for installing a permanent electrical entrance at the Shallow Beach. Councillor Haché.
We propose that the municipal council of the town of Heron Bay accepts the quote in the amount of $24,300 plus HST for the installation of two 300 amp electrical entrances to support the August 15 festivities and other community events, and that the costs associated with this installation will be covered by the revenues generated from the festivities. Alors, je propose que le conseil municipal de la ville de Baie-des-Hérons accepte la soumission au montant de 24 300 plus TVH pour l'installation de 2 entrées électriques de 300 ampères afin de soutenir les festivités du 15 août, ainsi que d'autres événements communautaires, et que les coûts liés à cette installation seront couverts par les revenus générés lors des festivités.
So it's moved by Councillor Haché. Do we have a seconder? Seconded by Councillor Chartrand. Question?
Je voulais juste mentionner que l'installation de cette entrée de 300 ampères va servir aussi pour d'autres événements. It's going to really benefit other venues coming in the years to come. Will be ready for any kind of festivities. Surtout qu'avec l'expérience des salles Barbe, this is a big event. So we're preparing the grounds for other big events in 26, 27, and etc. So ça va être très utile.
It's going to be an asset for the municipality, and there's no cost to the municipality. It's going to be
That's
paid
right.
by the festival.
Besides that.
That's good.
So, Ken?
One question, is there did we talk about, I'm not sure, about also doing an upgrade to the electrical for the cabana that's at the site there? We talked about adding that onto
You mean
this job.
moving that?
Well, not just moving the cabana, but also redoing the wiring there.
I don't think we'll need to add the cabana there, but we need to have electricity bring back to where's the boat ramp was. There are two
That's
lights
right.
there. So
So
that's going to be included in there.
Would that be included in this quote, or
because
would
it's
this
going to
be a separate
close.
quote?
I think it's all, not sure, it's all together because it's very
Okay.
close and it's on the same poles.
All right,
Post.
then. Thank
Okay.
you.
Any more questions? D'autres questions? So everybody in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against nay. Motion is carried. Dangerous and unsightly premises demolition and cleaning of pane number 03420233 and 03413414 and 03414884. Councillor Pelletier.
That the municipal council approves the cost for the demolition and cleaning of dangerous and unsightly premises in accordance with Form 4 for the properties with PAN number 03420233, 03413414, and 03414884. The council agrees to proceed with the lowest bidders for these services, with all costs to be reimbursed by the province.
So it's been moved by Councillor Pelletier. Do we have a seconder? A second by Councillor Wash. Question? Everybody in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Against, nay. Motion is carried. Okay, moving on to propriété de Charlot au PEN numéro 04551354. Contrat de location avec option d'achat. Councillor Wash.
Charlotte property, get my mic here. The Charlotte property, PAN 04551354, lease to own agreement. The municipal council of the town of Heron Bay agrees to enter into a lease to own agreement with M2L Property Inc. for the portion of PAN 04551354 under the specific terms of conditions and negotiated and agreed upon by both parties, with all associated costs to be covered by the entrepreneur.
Okay, so it's been moved by Councillor Wash. Do we have a seconder? Seconded by Councillor Haché. Question? Everybody in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, nay. Motion is carried. Appointment to committee, there's none. And we're up to adjournment. We need a motion moved by Councillor Haché. So we'll leave the floor for question. I would ask the people that ask a question to come to the podium. S'il vous plaît, venir au podium, pas au podium, au lutrin.
I have two questions tonight. My first question is to Ken. I wasn't here at the last meeting because my brother passed away, so. Anyway, the question is about that sign they were supposed to have for speeding to slow down the speeders. When is that sign gonna come? And are we gonna have a stop sign on Renfrew Street? Because we need stop signs. I don't care if there's 6,000 people coming in Dalhousie every day. We need stop signs. I was there yesterday again. I passed that 3-4 times a day. And there's always somebody there's almost an accident every day. I mean, are we waiting for someone to die? That's what I'm asking. It's only 2 stop signs. And if the town can't afford it, let us, the citizens of Dalhousie, buy the damn stop signs. Because it's ridiculous. Half of you don't even live there, so you don't know what I go through. Mr. Hashi does. Lisa does. None else of you don't travel them roads. You just need to put stop sign. And that sign, you said that you got all the prices for it? Well, how long does it take to come in?
It's
Yeah.
ordered.
Yeah.
Okay, I think you're regarding, of course, the speed sign that's gonna be coming in, brought up, put back up on the long slant they call. Council approved the motion and we approved the cost to bring it in. Actually, I just did have a discussion with the CAO prior to start of council tonight, and he told me it has been ordered and that it's in the midst of being transported here. And as soon as it gets in the door, he assured me that it's going to go up ASAP. So I'm going to, after this council meeting, I will then talk to the CAO again and try and get a timeline or a date, a confirmed timeline date, so then therefore then we can get this to the public and let them know when that's going to happen.
But what about the stop signs? Is
As
that
far
ever
as-
going to be touched, that subject, or it's just another thing that we're just going to show out to the recycling bin?
What, as we brought to the attention of the council, and I pushed for that speed sign to be placed, and my fellow councilors agreed to that. That's step one. Once we get that speed sign in, and we'll get the data to confirm and see if or if not, it slows down the residents coming into town dramatically. We'll be able to get the data quickly and determine that. And if not, I will again request council to look at that request. Okay, that right now we're step one. We're going to get the speed sign in, and that may be a big help.
But is it all about the cost? That's what I need to know.
No, it's not all about the cost at
okay.
all.
Because, I mean, if it's about the cost, We
No.
pay enough taxes in Herion Bay, we can afford, stop signs.
I can assure you, it's not about the cost, so.
My second question is, as a town taxpayer of Herion Bay, I wasn't here when Norman had to leave. I just want to know, when is Norman's absence? When's he coming back? Is he coming back in August? Because as a taxpayer, I need to know where my mayor is. And right now we hear all kinds of rumors and all kinds of gossip. I want someone honest in front of there and tell me exactly how long Norman got. If he got 3 months, he got 3 months, let's turn the page. But it's all hearsay and gossip. We need to stop this gossip stuff. I'm so tired of this bullshit.
Yeah.
So what is the answer? Are you going to tell me how long Norman got?
I can't answer that because it's personal, and it's true.
It's our
true.
taxes that are paying.
Yeah, I know
here.
it's your tax, but it's true. Our conventional and personal item that we can't say it's not public information.
So when's he coming back? I don't care if you tell me if he's coming back in August, sometimes in August, but I need to know.
I can't.
As
I
a
can't tell you.
taxpayer, I'm paying him $50-some thousand or $60,000 a year. Now, if he's absent for 3 months, is he still getting paid? Because if he's not doing his job as mayor, you're the deputy mayor, you step in, right?
Yeah.
Then you should be getting his wages. But I want to know, if he's gone for 3 months, is he getting paid? Another thing, it's secret again, right?
No, I can't say it's personal. It's the first law of our personal bylaw. We can't divulgate that. That's the same thing in every municipality. Same thing in a business too. So.
I mean,
You-
I
when you-
understand.
you'll
I
know when
understand
you-
when we're in the union and we can't revolve our citizens like my members. Oh, you got 3 months suspension because they got DUI. But my taxes are paying your butts to sit up here, right? And you need to make sure that you are going to tell us what's going on. I mean, I hate to come every time at these meetings and tell you how to run it. I ran union meetings better than what this is run. Because the truth needs to come out. You've got to tell the truth. Norman's gone, he's gone. But tell us the truth. I'm a taxpayer. I want to know exactly how
You
long
want
he
to
got.
step in, Lisa? Yeah.
Can I one of my files is personnel and bylaw. So I guess just to reiterate what Deputy McIntyre said, this is not a decision of council. It's not whether or not we're deciding to share or not. It's completely out of our control. It's a confidentiality matter. And if we were to share this information, we would be breaching protocol. We would be breaching confidentiality. It's not a municipal council's decision.
So it's
this
in Fredericton.
Pardon me?
Is it Fredericton that's telling you that you can't
Well,
tell us what's
we
going
all
on?
have protocols that we have to follow. So we have a code of conduct.
I understand
So
that.
part of our code of conduct is these decisions that are made. If we were to share that information, we would be breach of confidentiality. So this is not a decision that we're just deciding, we'll share this and we won't share that. We are, due to his privacy, due to respect our code of conduct, it's a confidentiality matter and we are not allowed to share. But I can reassure you that in the meantime, so we have a deputy mayor who is more than capable, very experienced. So the town is not lacking of leadership right now. The town is not lacking of the support that they need because Denis is available at any time. So if there's any questions that you may have in the time being that Mayor Pelche isn't here, Deputy Mayor McIntyre is available. But this is not a decision of us just not wanting to share. We are not allowed to share due to confidentiality.
Okay. And your fire extinguishers, there's 4 of us in this hall that applied for it. None of us was offered any fire extinguishers. We filled up all the forms in Dalhousie, and I asked a certain person again, and I must have missed the boat. I don't know, it's because it's me.
But do you mean fire
extinguishers that you got at
Smoke
your-
detectors?
Smoke detectors.
Oh, did you put your name on the list of town
right
hall?
away. No
Okay.
problem. And
I
there's
could
2,
look into that for you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I could definitely look into
Just I'm
that.
curious because if they didn't come to my place, I can go by my own.
Oh, no, but
But there's other people that can't go by their own, and if I didn't get it, imagine if they didn't get it, and they're not gonna say nothing.
I definitely
No.
know that they went around and they checked their lists,
They better let
checking
them-
it twice,
Yeah.
I guess.
Check it twice, 'cause they didn't
I,
check it
ca-
twice.
I didn't mean for it to come out like Santa Claus there, but I'll look into it. I know that there was different ways to get your name on the list. You can call town hall, and I believe that you were able to email reception, but I'll look into
I
I'll look
came
into
here
that.
And I filled up the form and I left it here at the front desk.
okay, but I think he mentioned that he ran out of
Fire extinguishers at one
yeah,
time.
fire smoke alarms.
Right? Maybe it was
Maybe
it was
because-
the
They should tell the public that, though. You know, you're not going to get your fire extinguishers this year because we ran out. It was a good project.
Well, he mentioned it
Well, he
tonight.
mentioned it tonight.
Did they?
But I'll look into it for you to see if your
'Cause there's
name
three,
was
four of us
just
in here that didn't get it. I don't care
Sure.
if they're there, but
no. I'll check for you.
all right, thank you. That's
You're
it.
welcome.
We don't know, it might come back again, and so
Yeah.
you'll be on the list. Then,
Yeah,
yeah,
let's see, 'cause
yeah.
it's a good project.
Oh, it is.
Okay, any more questions from the public?
No, it's fine. Louise Goopy, I'm just wondering what's happening with the mine in the house. What are you doing about it?
But the only thing I can say now is there's a committee with Eco Rock there.
Yes?
And they're presenting the way they're going to be. And the last I heard, they're up with the environment study. And but I don't have more information than that.
Okay, for the wharf, the east wharf that was investigated, the bill went to who? Town of the Housing?
That was investigated for what you mean?
The wharf?
For the study?
Yes?
I know they had pretty sure they had a grant, federal grant for a provincial grant to do the study. It must come from that. I'm not sure. I can
Well,
look. I can
yes.
look into it too.
Yes, please do look
Okay.
for it because I don't want
No,
it to
it's-
come
it's-
from my bank, from
we
our
didn't
tax.
we didn't receive any bill for that. I can assure that.
But still,
Yeah.
I still want to know where my taxpayers' money is going.
Yeah. No, we didn't pay for that.
Who paid for it?
But I'm
then?
gonna look into it.
Who paid for it then?
So you mean the study for the East Wharf?
Yes.
No.
But who did pay for it then?
But like I said, the company received a grant for doing the environment study. It must be part of that.
It's our taxes that pay for that. They got a government grant.
And where will the results be? Anyways, that's it for me. Thank you.
Okay. Any more questions from the public? So if not, thank you very much, and I wish you a nice summer. We won't have any meeting.